Good morning, students. In interpolation and extrapolation, we have seen the previous video binomial expansion method concept as well as concern problems. Now, the last method in interpolation and extrapolation is Newton's advancing difference method. See, in binomial distribution, what are the major conditions that binomial expansion to be applied? Condition number 1, the missing value of y, dependent variable y, must be a value of corresponding independent variable x. So that condition we have seen in binomial expansion method. At the same time, the common difference in independent variable x must have been followed. Now, see, in binomial expansion method, clearly the table shows which value is missing and the missing value is corresponding to particular x. So then only we can identify that this problem could be solved using binomial expansion method. Now, Newton's advancing difference method, how to identify? Same, even Newton's method is also to estimate the interpolating value or the extrapolating value. Only for that use only this Newton method is used. But what is the difference between binomial expansion and the Newton's is, in the binomial expansion, the missing value will be clearly shown in the table, isn't it? Together, both interpolation and extrapolation, the missing values are being shown in binomial expansion method, and the missing value is exactly corresponding to particular x. But where in Newton's method, in the table, missing value will not be shown. Blank will not be there. For example, see this just introduction I'll see, later I'll show you the example. This method is applicable in those cases where the independent variable x increases by equal intervals. Same thing as we observed in binomial expansion, there must be a common difference among independent variable x and there must be a sort of increasing order with equal intervals. The same condition will be applied even in Newton's method. Common difference must be there and it should be a sort of increasing order, right, with equal intervals. So the same concept even in Newton's method also will be observed. But condition number 2, the missing must be the value of x. I said no, that point not necessary to observe in Newton's advancing method. See, in binomial expansion, it is not necessary that the value of y which is missing, which is to be interpolated corresponding to one of the given values of x, means that missing of y must be a value of x, how we said in binomial expansion. The same way in Newton's advancing difference method, that is not at all necessary. That way missing also need not be shown, and particular missing of y must be value of x also not necessary. So I'll show you the example for this now. Look at here. So this is the example. X and y values are given both. Now here, could you observe any of the value is missing here? No. Right? And please observe the x. It will be in a increasing order. At the same time with equal intervals, if you observe it, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. So equal intervals were there, isn't it? And now see the y, any value is missing, all the values are clearly given. Now what is to be interpolated now? Down you see the question here. We can interpolate the value of y for x equals to 12. Can you see anywhere here 12? So in the given data 12 is not there. So that 12, where it lies? Between 10 and 15, right, in between this. And 22 also, where it is 22? In between 20 and 25. Here also we can observe. So the Newton's difference method will be observed based on two conditions. Condition number 1, which will be followed like a binomial expansion, the common difference with equal intervals, right, and it should be a sort of increasing order. And condition number 2, the missing of y may not be the value of particular x in here, whatever it is given in the question. So that means x12 it is asked to be interpolated, but in the table 12 nowhere we have seen, right? Nowhere can see that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, but 12 comes in between 10 and 15. But we can estimate even in between intermediate values also in Newton's advancing method. But where in binomial expansion, it is not at all possible. Because binomial expansion, the condition which is to be followed is the missing of the missing of y must be a value of x. So x is known value there, y is unknown. Here x is also unknown because the value where it is in the table. So 12, actually in the given information 12 is nowhere found. In between 10 and 15 it comes. Even we too want that in between 10 and 15 12 value of y only. You got my point? So we can interpolate the value of y for x equals to 12, not only 12, x equals to 13 you can calculate, x equals to 14 you can calculate, x 16, 17, 18, 19 you can calculate, x 21, 22, 23, 24 and 26, 27, 28, 29. So anywhere in between intermediate value I can say. Okay. So if you observe the above example, like binomial expansion method, there is no missing term. So this is only one hint that this kind of problems Newton should be applied to estimate or to interpolate the value. Clear? So but in between the independent values we can estimate using Newton's advancing difference method, NADM. Okay, Newton's advancing difference method. So this is how the problem is taken. Let us see few more things. Now coming to the formula of Newton's advancing difference method. Look at here the formula: yx y naught plus x delta naught 1 plus x minus 1 by 2 factorial into delta naught 2 plus x minus 1 x minus 2 by 3 factorial into delta naught 3 plus x minus 1 x minus 2 x minus 3 by 4 factorial into delta naught 4, like that, so on. Here n is nothing but the number of known values of y. Small n is nothing but the number of known values of y. And then delta naught n, delta naught in the sense is a leading difference. So how this leading difference has to be calculated, in the next page I am going to show that. Delta naught 1 first leading difference, delta naught 2 second leading difference, delta naught 3 third leading difference, delta naught 4 fourth leading difference, and so on, depending upon number of known values which are present in the data. Am I clear? Yes. Now very carefully observe: y naught plus x delta naught 1 plus x minus 1 by 2 factorial into delta naught 2 plus x minus 1 x minus 2 by 3 factorial into delta naught 3 plus, and so on. See, in a simple manner I'll show you how to write this formula. First yx y naught plus x minus 1 by 2 factorial x minus 1 x minus 2 by 3 factorial plus x minus 1 x minus 2 x minus 3 by 4 factorial. So write like this: first y naught plus x, here you put it as first leading difference delta naught 1, plus here you put it as second leading difference delta naught 2, plus here you put it as third leading difference delta naught 3. So this way the number of leading differences are to be adjoining to the x minus 1 by 2 factorial, x minus 1 x minus 2 by 3 factorial, x minus 1 x minus 2 x minus 3 by 4 factorial, and so on, depending upon the data, how many known values. Clear? So this is how the formula has to be remembered. So practice the formula. See, problem if you see, you will understand Newton's method very easily. I can say that. Okay, so let us see the problem now. Before going to the problem, I want to derive the terms now. Here, y naught. So here y naught is nothing but the value of y at origin. So the initial first value of y, the at origin. So y naught is a value of y at origin. Next, yx is the value of y which is to be interpolated, which is to be calculated for the given value of x. Clear? Next, x should be obtained using the below formula, where that x, here you could see that x minus 1 by 2 factorial, x minus 1 x minus 2 by 3 factorial, and so on. What does it mean, this x? So let us see that x, how to write. Value of x which is to be interpolated minus value of x at origin divided by the common difference between adjoining values of x. So I repeat once again the formula of x. Value of x to be interpolated. That means in the question, if you see the previous example, here see, we can interpolate the value of y for x equals to 12. Now this 12 becomes the value of x which is to be interpolated. Here 12 has to be written. Minus value of x at origin. So the first value of x. So at origin of x, we have to write x naught value should be written there. Clear? Divided by common difference between two adjoining values of x. So the common difference between x observations, x variables should be written. Difference between the two adjoining values of x. So let us see the leading difference, how to calculate in the table format. Here come the table. So look at here the table. The leading difference. First, x naught, x1, x2, x3, x4 and so on. So these are the independent variables. In the question, x and y values will always be given. In the previous example, if you see x and y values, so x values and y values will always be given. Next, first find out the first leading difference. See here we are doing forward leading differences. Forward leading differences in the sense 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2, 4 minus 3, 5 minus 4, 6 minus 5. So this way the forward to backward, the forward differences we are calculating here. See now, these two the given information, y1 minus y naught. Here we have to write, in between you write down 2 minus 1, that take it as first leading difference, delta naught 1, right? Next, 2 minus 1, that becomes delta 1 1, because this is all delta 1 leading difference, so delta 1 is common. This is at 0 at 1, at 1, at 2, at 3. We are reducing this 4 to 3 and this 3 to 3. See, from 5, here actually not to 4. This becomes not to 3, and here it becomes not to 2. It becomes not to 1, and finally not. So this way, in a cross triangle shape, the leading difference table has to be calculated. Always forward leading difference. Remember this. Right? Always the forward leading difference. 1 minus 0, 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2, 4 minus 3. So the first leading difference will come. Next leading difference. 1 minus 0, 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2 here. Next again 1 minus 0, 2 minus 1. Here the leading difference. Again 1 minus 0, the single one. Unless it reaches the single one, just you go on subtracting the forward differences, you have to do it. Clear? So this way the calculation has to be done. This table is very, very important. Keenly you observe this one. y1 minus y naught. y2 minus y1, y3 minus y2, y4 minus y3. Again here, delta 1 minus delta naught, delta 2 minus delta 1, delta 3 minus delta 2. Again here, delta 1 minus delta naught, delta 2 minus delta 1. Again here, delta 1 minus delta naught. It reaches the delta naught. Just go on subtracting from the forward differences. So this, the first difference is what we are doing. No, this is all the leading difference. So let us see the note. Newton's formula should be used when the value to be interpolated is in the beginning of the data. So this is one point which is to be observed while solving the problems. Carefully you see this. Newton's formula should be used when the value to be interpolated is in the beginning of the data. The reason is that in the formula we take forward leading differences of the data.